Hello everybody, this is episode 188 of Husband and Wife Sentenced to Life, the podcast. Simon here, Laura.
Hello.
It's a sunny Saturday, it's the day before Mother's Day that we're recording.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, you excited? I've tried to vajazzle Mother's Day for you by giving you a Mother's Day weekend. You know, I got you some treats yesterday because I thought neither of the kids are here, the two older ones, and I think you deserve it.
We've continued that by having a big clean this morning.
I could do an episode on this. I could do an episode on how I never see it coming. It's like when you get murdered by mafia at the cleaning up day. I don't see cleaning up day coming. It's Saturday, bit of a lying in bed. We've got a podcast to record. I'm feeling good. Got a day off. You know, it's going to be nice. And then I clock you going upstairs with the mop bucket.
Well, it did start at 6 o'clock in the morning when the cat puked on the bed.
So there we were, having a cuddle.
I was looking forward to a lie-in.
Yeah, I'd decided.
Yeah.
I was listening to a podcast that was about an hour and a half long. Then I'd got my book. I was going to have a bit of a book sesh. Might pay you a bit of attention. And then, because I've got my headphones in, I hear the telltale sound. What?
Well, I thought it was Charlie. So, Charlie!
Yeah, you shouted at the dog because he's the one who normally does it. Turns out it's the cat.
But she does it right next to me and it stank.
On the bed, on the duvet,
Yeah.
morning over.
Yeah.
When the dog does it, he goes, what, about 30 times. You shout at him, he doesn't talk, Charlie, get outside. Then you have to pick him up, he's like a little fat barrel. He likes to be sick on a rug. Like, he doesn't like to be sick on the shiny laminate flooring that's easy to mop up and clean up. No, where am I going to be sick? The shag pile rug.
Oh, let me find a rug, yeah.
But the cat, one better, she don't go, she just goes, bleh, and it's out. You're going, Charlie, oh no.
It was big sick as well.
Yeah.
So that started, I was like, right, well, that's us changing the bed then.
Yeah. And I'd struck up with a deal with you last week. I changed our bed last week. You said, what about Betsy Pearl's bedroom? And I'm like, well, let's alternate the weeks.
Yeah.
So I knew today I would be changing Betsy Pearl's bed.
Right, okay.
Right? But I thought I got a week off our bed. And the cat couldn't go and be sick on her bed. No, she's been sick on our bed. So it's a double change.
And both beds squeak. And I don't mean
want to get into
from
that.
too much exercise on the bed. I just mean literally when you roll over, it's like, ee. And it's since we've moved.
But also, I'm very aware of it here because we're in a terraced house in London.
Yeah.
I can hear the neighbours going upstairs. I can hear the telly on this side. And I'm thinking, they will have heard us arguing, right? That's without a doubt. They might have heard bedroom shenanigans. I promised I didn't want to get into this today.
Yeah, let's not.
But the squeaky bed.
Betsy's is worse. And I think since we've moved, they didn't put the beds back together properly. So I went and got you the screwdrivers and was like, whilst we're changing the beds, could you do this for me as well? Anyway.
The problem here is every room, everything just fits in.
Yeah.
Like we had these big villas in Dubai. They got room around, the bedrooms were like 5 meters square. They're huge. Here, you have to move half the room to move the bed a little bit.
Yeah.
Everything is taking up every area of the house. It drives me up the bloody wall. So I'm trapped in the corner of the bed today trying to screw it. The screws just wouldn't go in. They've done something. They've cross-threaded them or something.
See, that's when I should be filming you because you're effing and blinding and...
I'm like a trapped wild animal. If we got a fox in the house or a raccoon or something and you got it in a corner, that's what I was like. Openly admit it.
Good.
I'm a lover, not a fixer. So, what have we got coming up today? Episode 188 of Husband and Wife Sentenced to Life. What have we got on the pod?
We have freezing to death on the red carpet. We have queue anchors.
Ooh, I wondered if you'd read that.
It's not a word I like.
It's good though, isn't it? Queue wankers.
It's all right.
What else?
Celebrity encounters.
There's been a lot of that this week.
Yeah, there has. A brand new ick from you, I think.
I've got an ick.
I was going to say absolutely nothing about our sex life. Hopefully, just the bit we just had, that's it.
Are we parking it?
Apart from, I had a message yesterday from one of Betsy's old teachers, Dan. He messaged me and went, "You're pregnant?" ? And I was like, "No. Why?" And he's like, oh, I saw the clip from the last one. I was like, did you watch it all?
Yeah, you got to watch it all.
Yeah, and he's like, no, I just saw the first bit. And then I was like, whoa.
Anyway, if you were pregnant, and you're not pregnant, if you were pregnant, this podcast would be very different because people would just be hearing your voice because I wouldn't be here anymore. Because I have said to you, if it happens again, I'm leaving. You know, not even like an affair.
Oh, hold on a minute. Takes two to tango.
I don't want a tango. Have you listened to this bloody podcast? I don't want to do any more tangoing.
Oh, okay.
Paso doble. I don't want to do any of that. I don't mind dancing on my own, as the song
I just
says.
said no more about our sex life.
All right.
Let's move on.
Cut. Let's move on to London.
Welcome to London. £8 for a coffee, spending 50 quid every time you walk out the house. Black bogies from the tube, 4-hour daily school runs, idiots on bikes, maniacs on scooters, tossers in Teslas, urban foxes, bloody everywhere, and not a pot to piss in. Welcome to London.
We've been keeping an eye on theatres and TV shows and all of this. Now we're here.
Yeah.
All the things we've not been able to do when we were living abroad.
We're looking for the stuff that's either on offer or free.
So you had found...
Well, I'm on a couple of these like TV websites where you can go and be in the audience.
Yeah, so they're called seat fillers.
Yeah.
You told me a couple of days ago, hey, I've got us free tickets
Yeah.
for...
The Guy Ritchie Netflix premiere.
Global premiere, red carpet of The Gentleman,
Yes.
which is the follow-up to his film The Gentleman.
Yeah.
When you first said it to me, I thought you meant Leicester Square and where you stand on the red carpet, you know, like waving at them and you get your selfies and, you know, Tom Cruise comes along and you take a picture and everything.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm in my 50s. I am not standing next to a red carpet in the bloody cold, watching not even film stars just walk past.
See, I'd still do that. Like when I saw the Wonka one.
Wonka's different because it's British, it's homemade, and it's got an absolute ton of people in.
Yeah, and everybody did stop. You know, all the celebs did stop and take photos.
But I didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
And then you told me it was for actually to go on the red carpet, not behind the barrier, go down the red carpet, go in and watch the thing.
Yeah.
With the celebs.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit more interested.
Okay.
Like a lot of husbands, I hear snippets of conversations. So I don't know if you actually told me, I've got a feeling you didn't, the process of getting the tickets.
Well, I think it varies from show to show.
Yeah.
But because this was a VIP big event, I think the process was slightly different. I think normally they tell you a rough time, you go down, they open, I think about 10 o'clock-ish, you go down, get your tickets, go off for the day, come back.
When you say go down and get your tickets, if it's on at a theatre, you go to the venue.
Yeah.
Right? So I said, where have we got to go to? And you're like, oh, it's near a church. And I'm like, what? Like a ticket office, a building, a PR company? No. They just meet you there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? On the pavement?
Well, I think because of the event, all the road was shut off. There was police, there was barriers.
This is round the theatre.
Yeah.
You tell me we have to be down there. They're going to start the giveaway at 10:30.
Yeah.
So we drop Betsy Pearl at school. We go straight across. Yeah. We walked it, actually. Good old hike it were. Over an hour's walk across London. Beautiful. And then we get there. There's a couple of people sitting on benches. Did you talk to them?
Not at first, but I overheard them talking.
So you're thinking, this is where the meetup's going to be?
Yeah.
There's no signs.
No.
There's nothing telling you that it's a queue. There is no queue.
There were six people at this point when we went over.
All women.
Yeah.
I'm going to say all a certain type. Because, no, I think they were at this point.
Know.
So then we don't join the queue. We just sit on the bench near where they're sat.
Yeah.
Gradually more people start turning up.
Yeah.
So an accidental queue is formed.
Yeah, well, it's very British.
People weren't coming along going, oh, is this the queue for the Guy Ritchie thing? And then joining the back. People were just joining.
Initially, yeah. And then but gradually people were coming over going,
So the long and short of this is we ended up being there waiting for the tickets we got there before 10 a.m.
Yeah.
It was bloody freezing.
It was a really cold day.
Even though the sun was out, but the sun never got to us because we were on the Strand, St Mary le Strand Church. The buildings are high either side. The sun, because it's low, it's wintry sun, it never got high enough to shine on us.
Yeah.
I could see some people sat on a bench where the sun was, and I'm like, you lucky bastards. It was that way your feet go hard.
I was shivering and I could feel my muscles hurting.
Oh, it was painful.
From the shivering and the holding your body so tight.
So we stood in this queue for over 5 hours.
The plan was we were going there for 11ish, get the tickets, go home, come back later in the evening. One woman decides to call this company and they said, oh, we didn't think anybody would be there till 3. Now, it said on the thing, make sure you get there before 3. That's the cut-off, but we open at 10:30.
Yeah.
Well,
and then this chipper fella comes along in a suit. All right, this the queue for the gentleman?
Yeah.
And we're like, yeah. And he goes, well, this is at 11 o'clock. And I'm thinking at this point, well, they'll still turn up soon.
Yeah.
Like, I've not fully grasped that it might not be until 3. And he goes, they won't come until 3. They won't be here till 3 o'clock.
He didn't know. He's never done it
Well,
before.
I thought he had.
No.
Well, he said it like he knew. Well, usually they turn up at 3. That's when I turned to you and I'm like, they could come at 3. And I'm saying to you, I can't wait. It's 4 hours. Because we've been there over an hour already. I'm like, I can't wait this long. It's too cold. I don't even want to go to it. I'm not even that arsed.
Yeah.
And I'm dropping hints left, right and say, come on, let's go. I don't want to do this, you know. You're having none of it. You know.
Well, by then it was, it'd been a couple of hours and I'm like, I'm not standing in for a couple of hours and then just going, oh, let's just go. By then the queue...
I find that to be a fool's attitude.
No. And the queue had got bigger and we were like number 8 in the queue.
So by this point, I'm going to say there's 50 people in the queue. Still a makeshift queue. Still nobody knows what's the start and end or anything like that.
Yeah.
Then this couple of people came along.
Yeah.
Right? How to describe him? He looks like Frank and Beans from There's Something About Mary. You remember Mary's brother?
Yeah.
He was kind of, I think he was like a special needs or something like that. I'm not saying this guy was special needs, but he looks like that guy, kind of a bit bigger, skewiff baseball cap on, carrying a million bags, like a train spotter or something.
Yeah, the carrier bags.
And with him is this woman who is a cross between Lou off EastEnders, what was that her name? Lou, the old one.
Lou Bill.
Lou Beale.
Yeah.
Catherine Tate's nan.
Yeah.
And Brian May. She's just got this crazy hair. She's got one tooth, and it's a big tooth.
Yeah.
Like a Scrabble tile in front of her mouth.
And a big yellow mat.
She knew it was going to be cold.
Yeah.
She's pushing a wheelchair, a zillion bags on there. She comes right to the front of the queue, about 3 people in front of us. I gotta have a sit down.
No, but before she even said that, she said, I'm not fucking going to the back.
Yeah.
You fuck off with that. I'm not. I've been here since 4 o'clock in the morning.
There's 2 young girls who'd be sat there. They let her sit down. She starts getting comfy. And I would say at this point, the most British thing in the world happened. Because we had spoke to nobody in that queue. This fucker pushing in, she's sitting down, making herself comfortable. It galvanised the queue. We all just were like that.
Gradually, there was 3 couples in front of us. Gradually, each of those had spoken to her. We had, spoken with the couple behind us. And everyone's saying the same thing. There's a queue.
Yeah, that's when she started.
Now, her excuse was, oh, I've got bad art.
Give me a fucking minute to get my breath back.
I need to sit down.
But not in a nice old lady. Because let's face it, if I see an old lady who's in trouble, have my chair.
And, somebody with a disability, fine.
Yeah.
But her excuse was, I need to fucking sit down.
And that's how she's talking to people.
She had a wheelchair that she wasn't using. She had a seat. She had a mobile seat. Her reasoning for pushing in was ridiculous.
And the guy standing there, he seemed a bit more placid.
Well, he
right?
looked awkward.
But he was still standing there. He wasn't going, let's go to the
He was trying
back.
to do the friendly approach, like,
Yeah.
It's not what it says on the ticket.
She's going, I'm fucking priority. I know Adam. I'm fucking priority.
Where's Paul?
And
Get
I'm like,
Paul here.
At this point, because I'm pissed off with you, because you're making me stand there. I'm pissed off with the situation. I'm aching. I'm cold. I've not had enough food to get me through this palaver. And I don't know if you heard me say it, and I just went, I'm going to fucking spark him out. I'm not a tough guy. I'm not a fighter. But we were in a queue and it was mostly women. And whilst a few were actually speaking up, nobody was doing anything. And I just thought, I'm not in Dubai here. I put up with all this shit in Dubai, people pushing in. You can't say, certain people, you can't say a fucking word to. I'm not in Dubai anymore. I'm in London. I'm on the streets.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm going to fucking spark him out. And I just got this feeling that I would never go up and punch him. But I was just going to go up to him and go, if you and your fucking gran don't get out of this queue, I'm going to spark you out. And I just thought, I'll say it. This is Guy Ritchie. I'm not even in. And I'm acting like I'm in a Guy Ritchie film. But I was so cross. And everybody was. The murmurings, everyone's saying it. Anyway, she stood her ground, and even somebody said to her, "But you've got a chair." God knows why she'd want to sit on a cold bench when she's got a padded wheelchair.
Yeah.
In the end, she just had a fit. She got up and left. Well, it was like VE Day. We all became instant friends.
Well, it became a bit Jeremy Kyle because I don't know what she shouted across to the woman. And then the other woman went, "Well, I live in a fucking council house."
Yeah, but as soon as they were out of earshot, of course,
Yeah.
we all just started. It gave us common ground.
Yes, it did.
Right? We ended up bonding with people around us, becoming friends with people. We met a bunch of girls behind us. They'd worked on the actual programme.
Yeah.
And they slapped a queue for bloody tickets for 5 hours.
There you go.
What an experience that was.
Yeah.
In the time we were in that queue, not short of 50 passers-by stopped at random points in the queue and went, "What's all this about then?"
And the thing was, some people were dressed for the premiere. Some people had come from quite far away. So I think there was a couple from Scotland. You and I were like jeans, jumpers.
Well, because our plan was get the tickets at 11, come home, do some work, go back out and get Betsy Pearl from school, bring her back, head out, get ready, head out to the premiere.
But there were others like dressed like us,
Yeah.
so it was the right mix and match.
Come 3 o'clock, these geezers turn up. There's about 5 or 6 of them.
Mm-hmm.
They've got body cams on, lanyards, big coats. They're not cold like we are. They've got big coats on. And they're going down the queue going, "We're just waiting to hear from production. We're working out how many celebs are coming. Obviously, you guys are seat fillers, so we can't give you any tickets till we know the numbers on the celebs."
Yeah.
Should be about 10 minutes. Of course, 10 minutes comes and goes. Another guy comes. "Right, guys, just to keep you informed on this, it should be about 15 minutes till the tickets here." And I'm like, stop giving us hope.
Yeah.
And this guy came down and he was handpicking people and he looked me and you up and down and went, "Nope."
Well, no, the funny thing was he looked at us because he looked at us and went, "Oh, I'm going to pick some people to come like earlier." He looked at us and then came to us and then looked at what we were wearing and went, "You have to be there now," kind of thing.
Yeah.
So,
I wanted to say to him, "You think I look like a tramp in this stripy top and jeans? Let me tell you, my friend, if you'd have seen me 2 hours ago
this is, yeah.
in joggers and a ripped t-shirt."
Well, let's end this bit of the story. The woman in the yellow coat, she got turned away. So they went to her and she's, "Where's Paul? Where is he? Where? I shouldn't be stood here.
I'm fucking disabled. I've been here since fucking 4 o'clock in the morning.
Where's my ticket?" Anyway, they said to her, "You need to get changed.
Yeah.
Have you got any other clothes with you?" "No, I've come. This is what I'm wearing." And they said, "Well, you can't come in then.
Yeah.
You won't be allowed in." They ripped their tickets up. Off they went.
Oh.
But we saw her later on waiting by the barrier.
So we got tickets.
Yeah.
You went home to get ready. It's after 3. It's 3:30 by now. There's no point in me going back. I just go and get Betsy Pearl. So I did the hike back across town. At this point, I checked my watch and we had done 17,000 steps. We'd walked 9 miles. Which just, I mean, I don't know if that sounds like, it seems like a lot to me. We've been in the cold that entire time. My entire lower body has seized up. I've
Hurting.
got blisters on my feet. Everything's hurting. All I want to do is come home, put my pyjamas on, watch Repair Shop.
With a hot water bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm cursing you.
Yeah.
So we come back, you're ready, glad rags on, and you're like, "You should put shoes on. It's red carpet." So I put my brand new £120 Dr. Martens shoes on that you bought for me. Dr. Martens are notorious that you have to break them in. So it's like putting your foot into a sword. My feet are already killing, right? I am in agony. I'm walking like Uncle Albert off bloody Only Fools and Horses, you know. We get the train down to Covent Garden, we get to the theatre. I don't think I was quite ready for it because we'd seen the red carpet earlier and it looked quite big and impressive. It's Netflix, it's Guy Ritchie. When we get there, no joke, there must have been 200 cameramen. Like, you know when they're all piled up, like when Princess Diana's doing something or something. We're coming down this red carpet.
I know, it was a bit crazy.
Yeah.
The people that were there were like...
Because there's
it
celebrities.
felt like loads of Made in Chelsea people or...
Plastic gangsters.
The people that you would find in a Guy Ritchie film.
Yeah, they're all done up in them like estate agent type suits.
Yeah.
Gold watch chains, sunglasses. It's night time, it's dark,
But
sunglasses
it felt like
on.
there was money in there.
A lot of wankers.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
That too.
We go in and the bar in the... What's the theatre?
Theatre Royal.
The bar's right there when you walk in.
Yeah.
It is rammed. It's a global premiere. Everyone looks $1 million.
Yeah.
Girls in slinky dresses, blokes. There was blokes done up like pimps in floor, neck to floor fur coats.
Yeah, yeah.
You're trying to get to the bar, obviously, and I turn round and right next to us is John Thompson out the Fast Show.
Yeah.
Which for me is a good spot.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm like, bloody hell, the celebrities must just be coming in this bit.
Yeah. Well, this was the free bar, and they were just giving away just glasses of champagne.
Champers.
I mean, I don't like champagne, but I drank it.
Excitement over. Then we go in theatre.
Yeah.
Edith Bowman comes on. Love Edith Bowman.
Yeah.
She introduces Guy Ritchie. He comes on. It's like he's there with a gun to his head. He does not want to be on that stage. So it's almost like he's got nothing to say. We hear a few screams downstairs because they're saying, take your seats. Few screams. And we're trying to look over the balcony. Who's here? Who's here? Can't tell.
Well, you could see them all. You could see all the celebs.
And then they put the programme on. The first episode of The Gentleman. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Lots of laughs.
Yeah, very good.
Standard Guy
Ritchie. I
Ritchie.
was going to say, very Guy Ritchie.
And then at the end, they did a Q&A.
Yeah.
I was so glad it was quick. 20-minute Q&A. Edith comes back on. Guy Ritchie. Theo James, who's the lead in it.
Yeah.
The girl, I can't pronounce her name because it's a long name. Ray Winston comes on stage. Very excited.
Ray Winston.
Big fan of Ray Winston. Giancarlo Esposito from Breaking Bad.
See, I was most excited to see
What
him.
a guy.
Yeah. Jolie Richardson.
Jolie Richardson, by the way. Everyone else, when they got asked a question, basically she went along and asked them one question each. She got to her and it was like she was plastered. I don't know, really. Ask Ray Winston.
Yeah, someone else answer it. But Guy Ritchie was the same. He like Ray Winston did this big answer to a question.
Yeah.
And then she said, what do you think about that guy? And he just went, huh?
But the best was Giancarlo from Breaking Bad, who he spoke for about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Fluently about the process and why he loved doing it and all of this. He got a round of applause when he finished talking. Nobody else did.
Yeah. No, it was very good. It was very good.
So that was it.
You got free goodie bags?
Free goodie bags.
No,
popcorn and water.
free like Rolexes or anything inside.
What I'd like to know is a little Netflix card. Free subscription to Netflix would have been nice.
Yeah.
Anyway, we came out. We hobbled home. We were both absolutely buggered.
Yeah.
And then we Googled red carpet premiere. Beckham were there.
Yeah, we didn't see him.
Jason Statham were there.
Yeah.
Not the band, not Jason Status. Jason Statham.
Yes, I'm aware.
And for the next 3 days, I couldn't walk.
Well, I'm all right until I go back out in the cold. And I think when my body starts to tense, I've got such pain in my shin from tensing.
The next morning, I took Betsy to school in the car. And I was so excited about taking her in the car because I thought I can be sat because it's a long school run.
Yeah.
By the time I got back here, I think you saw me get out of the car. I was bent double. My hips. It's the first time I felt like old man hips.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's the cold weather. It's no good for your body.
Yeah. So moving on to Celebrity Watch then. So driving home the following day, you know the TV show Ghosts? Mm-hmm. I saw the Major, Ben Wilbond his name is.
Yeah.
I saw him walking through Muswell Hill, which is just up here. I was so excited because I was passing him in the car. I went round the block as fast. I mean, I'm driving so fast to get back there just to get a picture to show Betsy Bill because she loves horrible histories and ghosts.
Yeah.
I don't know if he'd gone into Sainsbury's or he'd popped into a coffee shop.
But he
I
was
couldn't
gone.
I couldn't see him. He's a ghost.
He's a ghost.
On Thursday morning, I was in the studio in King's Cross, which you always come.
Yeah, I do.
Now, this morning, because I had to go straight from taking Betsy Pearl to school, you chose to stay home and have a lie-in, right? Which I think you might regret because I'm doing a 9 till 10 session in the podcast studio that we work at, and our session ran over a little bit. And I can see a guy outside getting a bit frisky about wanting to come in, and I'm like, oh, sorry, we got in late. The one before us was late. So we just need this extra couple of minutes. And he's looking like, Shay, I turn around, his guests are Jamie Redknapp,
Yeah.
Paul Merson,
Yeah.
and Frank Lampard.
I love Paul Merson.
I don't care about football,
I do.
but even I know who these three are.
Yeah.
You know, it's like it's such a poncy sort of place where we do the recording. You can't be getting your photo out. We see celebrities every time we go in there.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you had the conversation with Jamie because what I wanted you to say to him was about the fact that, you know, when we met Harry and Sandra and how lovely Sandra was and how she offered to have Leo stay with her And I wanted you to just say to Jamie,
Well, I did. That's exactly what I did. Because
Yeah.
I just went, oh, Jamie, I shook his hand. And I said, we looked after your mum and dad when they were out in Dubai. I said, you've got radio out there. And then I explained about what Sandra said about looking after Leo if he went to Bournemouth Uni and he can come round for his Sunday dinner. Jimmy Redknapp's just stood there looking like a rabbit in headlights. I don't know if he's thinking it's a prank or, am I just a lunatic?
Yeah, yeah.
And he's going, oh, I'll tell me mum I saw you like that. And I'm thinking, not asked who I am.
Oh, did he not?
No.
Oh.
And I've thought, do I message him? Do I message the Redknapps and say, I bumped into your Jamie the other day, just in case he mentions it.
Oh, well.
Then you go out to get Betsy Pearl from school yesterday.
And
now, this is a big celebrity encounter.
Well, I guess she's quite current.
No, I don't mean that.
Oh, the actual, what happened?
Well, what happened, but also I think it's big for a particular reason.
I'm walking towards Betsy's school and I see Claudia Winkleman.
Claudia Winkleman.
Now, this is the second time. I think we mentioned her before. I've seen her in a very similar area. She's walking towards me. She doesn't have the Claudia makeup on. I'm wondering how many people actually recognise her when she's not got her makeup. She looks quite different without her makeup. She's got a black puffer on and she's looking a bit harassed.
Yeah.
And she's got her earphones in, and she's obviously just talking to someone on the phone. She walks straight into me, so we almost like crash, but not like bump heads or anything like that. It's just and she's like, "Where are you? Where are you?"
Now, I'm disappointed by this because you get the Claudia Winkleman reference regularly because of your hair.
Yeah.
Fringe twins.
Yeah.
Right? Claudia is the most regular one, especially when you are out and you've done your makeup. Even on big makeup days, you don't touch the sides of what Claudia wears. And in my instant fantasy in my head, when I say fantasy, it's not getting weird, she's going to look at you and go, oh, we got the same hair.
But not at the minute, have we? Because she's quite a long fringe one, like I normally am.
Had you not hacked your fringe, you might be friends with her now.
Fringe twins.
Like, I'd make reference to it.
Yeah, I don't know.
I would.
I mean, I'm not going to say to her, oh, we both got fringes.
No, you're not going to say that. Because you're not the wacky Claudia Winkleman.
I'm wacky.
Yeah, but you in that situation.
But why is she going to comment on my fringe?
Right, because she's Claudia Winkleman. She's going to know that you know that she's Claudia Winkleman. So she's just going to make a comment. What she don't want you walking away thinking is, what a bitch, she just ignored me.
No, I didn't think that.
She could have just gone, oh, French twins.
I did turn around to see, like, once she carried on by, I thought I could follow her and see who it is she's going to meet. Then I thought, I'll leave her to it. But I couldn't believe nobody, like, stopped, said anything to her.
Could have been Tess.
Yeah, it didn't sound, she sounded like...
Meeting a PA, pissed off.
Yeah, not at there where they said they'd be.
Shall we move on to the ick?
Go on then.
Let's talk about the ick. You don't have one this week.
Not really.
So I realised this ick when we were watching The Apprentice. This kind of counts as another celebrity spot. I drive past the house where they put the contestants. You know, the big posh house?
Yeah.
It's a road that you first noticed. It's a road with the biggest mansions you have ever seen in your life.
Beautiful houses.
Absolutely like palace houses, but they're all new builds. Barratt Homes for Billionaires.
Well, I've seen some of them called, like, one of them was called Summer Palace.
Yeah.
So it's somewhere where people go to stay just in the summertime.
Yeah. Watching The Apprentice the other night, and funnily enough, I'm talking about the house bit. You know, at the end, when Alan's fired somebody and everyone else is back in the house and they're always going to be coming back. They think it's going to be Jill. They think it's going to be Darren. The guy came in the white guy in the beige suit. As he came around the corner, everyone's excited to see who's made it.
Yeah.
But when the lads jumps up and goes, my man! And he runs over and they start giving each other like these bear gorilla hugs and high-fiving and all of that.
Right.
I realised that that's an ick for me, the manly greeting.
What about that one? You know, when they do the...
Oh, any knobhead handshake. You know, like it's like a locker room.
Yeah.
Sports buddy.
Chest to chest, bouncing
Yeah,
off
any
each
of
other.
that shit.
Yeah.
That gives me the ick. I'm not that guy.
You don't particularly like being hugged by people.
And they're doing it in front of women. That's not attractive.
It's not.
Seeing men behave like that. I know some manly men are attractive. I know, when you saw me fixing that bed earlier, you probably got a little tingle.
And the fact you just did that, no.
That's not going to be on camera what I did. There's people listening to the podcast now going, We should really check him out on YouTube.
Oh, God.
What did he do?
I'm not a fan of the whole, like you're saying, the man's man.
You want a man who's strong, but who's sensitive,
Yeah.
right? So you want a man who can carry heavy stuff around and fix a few things here and there. And I think I'm all right at stuff like that. You don't want the bear noises and, you know. And
I don't want someone that's going to, like, start a fight in a pub.
No.
Definitely not. Like,
Spark out an old woman in a queue.
yes, that was, yeah.
She deserved it. I would have knocked that last tooth out if she'd have stayed in that queue. So that's me ick. Do you find that at all?
Yeah, I mean, I think greetings in general are quite awkward.
I'm happy with a hello.
I mean, you know, having to do the kiss. So it's like, do we do the double kiss? Do you do the one kiss? Do you not do any kiss?
And it didn't, you know, Britain didn't used to be like this.
No.
It's come from Europe and it's come from the Americas.
And in Dubai,
right?
people greeted like that. So we had to...
You know, Dubai's only bloody 30 years old,
so
isn't it?
I got used to doing the kiss, the double kiss. And then people don't tend to do it as much here. So it's awkward because they come in for a kiss and then I go for the double and then it's like, oh no, they weren't doing that.
Do I do one kiss? Do I do... Some of them are left hanging waiting for the second one. And it's just like...
That's an
so
ick. That's
awkward.
an ick when you see someone go in for a kiss or
And you have to have that little conversation after where you go, oh, I was going all French.
Yeah. But then the other person hasn't realised they were doing that.
If you are going to do this with me, I'm kissing you. I never knew the rules.
What do you mean?
What I mean by this is, if we're kissing each other on the cheeks to say hello, right?
Yeah.
I'm not doing it like this, far away.
Why?
I'm not kissing fresh air.
That's what I do. The face.
I kiss them.
Do you?
Yeah. Man or woman, I don't care.
Where? On the cheek? On the neck? What?
Well, I'd start on the cheek. Work my way down. This is another ick then. I'll throw this one in because it's a, what do you call it? An add-on to the icks we're talking about. If you walk into a meal with people and we're the last ones in, so let's say there's 8 people there and they all start shuffling like they're all going to get up to greet you. I'm dying because I'm thinking, oh, I've got to do all this now. And I just want to go, sit down.
Yeah.
Sit down.
Yeah.
I mean, I even said it to your cousin. I don't know if I've mentioned this on the podcast before, but when we first moved back, you know, and we had a big hug and everything. And I just said to her, I don't normally do this. You're getting one today because we've moved back to England. But we're not going to be doing this from now on. I'm not this guy. Doesn't mean I don't like you a lot. But I am not going to be doing big hugs. If we're here now, if I'm coming down every couple of weeks and we're seeing you, I'm not doing this every time we see each other. Even with your mum last time we saw him because we'd seen him not long before. And I thought, I'm not doing the big hug with your mum and dad when I only saw him 2 weeks ago.
My dad hates the hug, I can tell. Yeah, he does it because he knows that...
Me and him do a quiet handshake.
Do you?
Yeah, because we're cut from the same cloth.
Like gentlemen. But yeah. I know he doesn't like doing the hug like you don't like doing the hug. But yeah, I quite like a hug. I don't mind a hug.
If you're hugging me, I'm going to kiss you.
Beware.
I might start making that my thing. How quickly would people stop hugging me if when we hug like that, I just give them a little kiss on the neck?
There'd be some women, baby, that would like it.
About that. Before we go, we never mentioned Facebook. Because I know Facebook's not cool, but a lot of people are on Facebook. And the good thing about Facebook is we can put text and a bit more on there. Mm-hmm. So we do have a husband and wife sentenced to life Facebook page, as well as we've got TikTok, we've got everything. I'll put the links in the thing. Follow us on there because it's somewhere we can actually talk backwards and forwards. I want to start generating a few conversations on there, which we can bring to the podcast.
Yeah. If there's things you want us to talk about, please do.
That's episode 188. Have a lovely week.
Yeah, happy Mother's Day for tomorrow, lovely mummies.
This is not going out till Thursday.
Or happy Mother's Day for last Sunday then.
See you later.
Bye.